Hey there, it's Elizabeth O'Brien from Grammar Revolution, where we help you teach and learn grammar the easy way with sentence diagrams. And today I'm answering a question from Lillian. Lillian writes, "Hi Elizabeth. Many students learn to use an apostrophe to indicate possession. This does not hold true when we use certain pronouns like hers, theirs, and its. Can you elaborate on this?" Yes, thank you for asking that question, Lillian. I would love to elaborate on that. Before we talk about hers, theirs, and its, let's look at apostrophes. One of the jobs of apostrophes is to show possession. Remember that possession means ownership. So if we have a noun or a pronoun and we want to show that they own something, we have to change them into possessives. And we use apostrophes to do this. So the noun cat becomes cats if we want to show that it's possessive. This is the cat's dish. We don't always add an apostrophe S to these. Sometimes we just add an apostrophe to make them possessive, but we always add at least an apostrophe. We also add apostrophes to indefinite pronouns to show that they're possessive, like somebody and anyone and everyone. So someone would become someone's. Are these someone's keys? So we use apostrophes with nouns and indefinite pronouns to show possession. But when it comes to personal pronouns, like me, you, he, and she, we actually change the form of the word completely in order to make it possessive rather than use an apostrophe. So personal pronouns turn into a category that we call possessive pronouns in order to show possession. And possessive pronouns never use apostrophes because possession is built into the word. For example, we is a personal pronoun. Now we would never say we's. This is we's cat. We completely change the word into our. This is our cat. And our is a possessive pronoun, and the possession is built right into the word. So we don't need to use an apostrophe to show possession. It's easy to tell that we don't need to add an apostrophe to certain personal pronouns, like we, but things can get tricky when the possessive version of the pronoun ends in an S, like hers, theirs, and its. We see this S staring us in the face, and we know it's a possessive word, and we feel like we need to add an apostrophe. But remember, you never add an apostrophe to a possessive pronoun. These words already show possession, so they do not need apostrophes. Now, the next thing that I think would be helpful for you is for you to look at a chart that shows the personal pronouns and their possessive pronoun versions. You will notice in the chart that all possessive pronouns, my, mine, yours, his, hers, its, ours, theirs, one thing that they have in common is that none of them have an apostrophe, and that's because possessive pronouns do not use apostrophes. Now I want to add one note here, and that is the word who. Who isn't a personal pronoun, it's an interrogative pronoun or a relative pronoun, but people have a hard time with this word, so I wanted to include it in this lesson. Who becomes whose when we are making it possessive, W-H-O-S-E. And I think that the words its and whose are probably the most troublesome because there are versions of these words that are legitimate words that have apostrophes. But when you're talking about its and whose with apostrophes, you're not talking about possessive words. Those words are contractions. So its with an apostrophe is a contraction for it is, and whose with an apostrophe is a contraction for who is or who has. If you want the possessive versions of those pronouns, it's its with no apostrophe and whose, W-H-O-S-E. The moral of the story here, again, is that possessive pronouns never take apostrophes because possession is already built into the word. Thank you so much for asking that question, Lillian. And if you'd like to learn more about teaching or learning grammar the easy way with sentence diagrams, you can check out our Get Smart Grammar program, where I will teach you grammar and sentence diagramming in fun little video lessons. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you later.